what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg, and guess what? I have that OG, the original, the first one of the full-size luxury SUVs. What is it? It's this vehicle right here. This is a Lincoln Navigator. This particular one is a top dog trim known as the Black Label, plus it's an L, which means you're getting even extended length and luxury. But before we get into this full-size, full-on Lincoln, let's talk about what's going on here. So you heard correctly. When you look at the Navigator, when you look at the Escalade and all the rest of the luxury full-size SUVs that followed, this was the first. Now, obviously, going back to its early heydays in the 1990s, it really was a crapshoot. Nobody really knew exactly how these full-size luxury SUVs would do. But guess what? The Navigator is responsible for saving Lincoln. This brand that once relied on sedans like the Continental, the Navigator came into play and really saved the day when it came to the popularity of this vehicle. Now, for this particular model, there was some refresh that has happened, and we are waiting for a redesign, which is supposed to be coming very, very soon. But what I want to find out is, if you're looking for a full-size luxury SUV, do you go Navigator or do you go with the other main competitor? That would be the Cadillac Escalade. Let's dive in to our Navigator Black Label L and find out. Right off the bat, do not adjust your monitor, your cell phone. However you're watching us on Rady's Rise, this is not black. It is not a black Lincoln Navigator. It's actually a deep metallic green, and it really fits the flavor of the Black Label. Now, at the front of the business, there was a refresh that happened a couple years ago. They restyled the headlight housing, all LED headlights, daytime running lamps, and turn signals. We work our way down. There's more of your exterior lighting in the center. And then down below, you do have a functional air curtain and a bunch of bling bling and chrome. When you go that Black Label trim, you are gonna get a lot more chrome style finish compared to, say, a Reserve or any of the other Navigators. Now, as we come across the massive grille, it has that unique Lincoln flavor. So you got the Lincoln badge with the forward-facing camera. Love all of the silver appointments on all the pieces of the upper grille, that massive chrome section in the middle, and this shape of the grille is what Lincoln is all about. You look at any of the Lincoln vehicles, whether it's the Corsair, the Nautilus, the Aviator, even Continentals, before they got rid of them again, had that same grille shape. Now, in the center, you do have full functionality. All of these openings have active aero shutters to help increase efficiency. And then you'll notice that chrome strip goes all the way across the bottom, and we have that beautiful metallic green shade. Now, this does ride on Magna Ride suspension, and it is giving you over 8 inches of ground clearance on the bottom end. Now, as we take the elevator up to the top floor, I love the nice peaked lines in the hood. Makes it so stylish to where it doesn't just look like a big old piece of metal, especially the way that they do a hard edge and fold it into the upper grille area. Very, very sharply, very distinct Navigator, distinct Lincoln style. Now, as we come around the bend, because you go big with the Black Label, you are getting these big old wheels, and I love the style of them. So what you're looking at is a 22-inch wheel. Love that split spoke design all the way around, gloss black wheel. If you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the tire size? 285 on the width, 45 series sidewall, and of course this does ride on 4-wheel drive. So you have power going to the front, power going to the back. I love the way everything is painted. That beautiful metallic sapphire green really makes it sparkle like an emerald in the Florida sun. Now, as we come down the side, very tasteful on the badging. So you have a Navigator badge. It's not meant to look like a fake vent or anything like that. They carry it into the door. I think that's smart to give it a nice aesthetic balance. Bright, shiny chrome on your power folding mirrors, LED turn signals, 360-degree cameras, From the side, you can see what L means, and it means extra length. But like I said, not only do you get the extra length, you get the extra luxury. Up top, we have these polished aluminum roof rails with the end caps that have the shiny chrome finish. Just bright, shiny metalwork along the bottom. And this actually follows all the way around to the other side. Color matched on the door handles with just a little bit of chrome, just a little strip there. And then what's really great is on the bottom end, you get a little bit more chrome, but what I like are the automatic dropping running boards, especially because they did gloss black on the edge and not chrome. I think that would have been too much. Now coming towards the rear, that's that extended version. There is a little bit shorter. All Navigators are ginormous. I mean, that's the bottom line. And then as we swing it around back, I don't like it as much as the Escalade. And the reason why is because of this guy right here. This needs to be tucked in. It's not exposed on the Escalade. That would just clean up the back. But I do love the way they do the Lincoln badge, how they spell it out instead of just putting the regular badge in the center. You got tons of chrome, so I hope you're wearing your Lincoln Navigators, made by Ray-Ban, of course. And then you'll see, just like they updated the headlights, they updated the taillights, full LED. Little bit of chrome finish on the bottom. And then as we drop it down to ground level, all you have is this center cap that is removed for towing capability. I wish there was some type of exhaust finisher on both sides. The Escalades have it. Why can't the Navigator? But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see how it differs from the Escalade, how this Navigator compares to it. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, we got that beautiful hood open. You do have hood struts. Underneath the hood, there hasn't been a V8 in this vehicle for quite a few years now. What do we have in its place? You have that EcoBoost power plant. So what are we actually looking at? It's a 3.5 liter turbocharged V6. Now, when it comes to power, I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised you're not going to be lacking for power. So what you're looking at is 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 10-speed automatic transmission, 0 to 60 in about 5.2 seconds. Top speed is governed to 125 miles per hour. MPGs, 18 in the city, actually strike that, 16 in the city, 22 on the highway, and it's 18 combined. Now when it comes to all the other features, of course, like I said, you're going to have that Magna-Ride suspension, power getting down to all four wheels, and it's nice because you have a towing capacity of 8,700 pounds. Now, comparing this to the Escalade, you got a lot less plumbing than what you're going to find underneath the hood of this thing because you have a naturally aspirated V8. And remember, 2024 is the last year that the Escalade can be had with a turbo diesel engine. The only engine available for this is what you see. What you see is what you get. But on the Escalade, 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, 420 horsepower, 460 pound-feet of torque. So more horsepower, more torque added in the Navigator, but smaller displacement. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see this moving apartment roll. Hi guys, we are inside this 2023 Lincoln Navigator Black Label L. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I need a big SUV. My son is doing football, my daughter's doing soccer. I got to take the whole team with me, and I just can't cram them in my Lincoln Corsair. So I really, really like this Lincoln. How much is it? Well, a brand new 2024 Black Label Reserve L is going to run you about $120,000. This one has an asking price of $79,900. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels. Love the interesting color combo. So you have black leather up top, and just like some of the other luxury brands, Lincoln puts all their seat controls high up on the door panel. It's got 3 memory seat settings, 30-way adjustable seats that are full massage for the passenger and the driver. You'll notice the very intricate detail on the aluminum speaker grille cover, premium sound system. And then I like the olive green going on. It matches nicely with the Manhattan green for our exterior paint job. You do have some open pore walnut wood in the center. At least it doesn't have veneer on it, so I'm okay with that. The luxury Twinkie pocket in the center, that is for those Twinkies filled with gold flake. And then check out that massive speaker grille cover in the lower portion. Well over 25 speakers in this thing. Door pocket large enough for a foot-long Jersey mic sub, and 2 Dunkin' Donuts for dessert, and 2 cup holders for a couple bottles of Yoo-Hoo to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, they actually have a map here of Manhattan. So kind of interesting how they named the color Manhattan green, and they brought the etching into the open pore walnut wood. You have some dark chrome finish. Love the stitching, the leather, the two-tone really brings it up another notch. And then you slide on in, we got that 13.1-inch infotainment system screen with the Sync 4 software. Very easy to use. You have your towing. Remember, towing is 8,700 pounds. You could go back to your navigation, pull up a separate screen to make other adjustments. And then let me throw it into reverse. So backup camera, nice and large, just not the best resolution. The resolution is definitely better on the Escalade, but you do have trajectory and you do have your 360-degree camera. And then you're right back where you started. Working your way down, we got our AC vents. We got our trailer backup assist. You could put your Chris Craft 42-foot boat in the water looking like a champ. We have our piano keys for our 10-speed automatic transmission. And then you'll notice they give you real knobs and buttons. So thank you, Lincoln, for doing that. 3 stages of ventilated seats, 3 stages of heated seats, of course, heated steering wheel. I like the way it's got this floating center console area. Very nicely done with the green. Down below, you could put your Louis Vuitton purse, your Louis Vuitton fanny pack, wallet, or just a bunch of money that you're driving around with since you're in a Lincoln Navigator. More of that open pore wood. Open up door number 1, wireless charging, USB-C, USB-A. Open up door number 2, 2 cup holders. Here's your Lincoln key fob with the Lincoln badge. You do have remote start. You got your drive mode selector knob. I'll show you that when you come to the business end. More of that leather, more of the etching. Open this up, check it out. I could put easily 3 boxes of Captain Crunch in here. As a kid, I loved Captain Crunch, especially the peanut butter flavor. I just have a thing for peanut butter. I don't know what the hell it is. Thank God I'm not allergic to peanuts, or I would be a miserable person. You do have a little nice felt line so you can put your silver spoons, that silver spoon that you were born with in your mouth. You could keep it here for your Captain Crunch. And then the seats, 30-way adjustable, fine leather, all of the stitching, the massage settings. Nothing on the side because they put the controls on the door that gives you a wider cushion for the pushing of your body. And then up top, what do we got going on here? Look at it. You have this massive panoramic sunroof, power shade action on the Alcantara with speakers up the yin-yang in this thing. And if you don't know what the yin-yang is, look it up. Come on over though, I want to show you behind the leather wrapped steering wheel in this Navigator. All right guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have a nice Black Label silver aluminum plate here, LED lit up to let you know that you went full in on your Navigator. Right now I'm getting a freaking massage and it feels really good. It's interesting because it sort of feels like hands doing it. It's not one of those ones where it's just like freaking punching you like Mike Tyson. I don't want that kind of massage. Steering wheel, I love the leather. What I don't love that I have to zonk is I want some stitching on the horn button. But you do have the open pore walnut, flat black on the switchgear, paddles to go up and down the 10-speed automatic, and it is an electric tilting and telescoping steering wheel. And then you have that beautiful digital gauge cluster in the center. And of course, what you're able to do is go through the different modes. And I like the way they have these little spheres for your 4x4, slippery when wet, deep snow, snow climb. And then of course, you have conserve and excite. On top of that, you got a nice super large hood head-up display. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the mid-row and the third row and see if there's enough room back there for your football players. All right, guys, mid-row time, and I tell you, your rear seat passengers, they should be paying you to drive them around because you're gonna spoil the hell out of them. Not only do you have really nicely done seats, but they are massage, heated, and ventilated. So think about that. You know, you watch the Olympics, you see the sport trainers and these massage therapists working with the athletes. Now you could take care of your little athlete. I remember back in the day when we used to play football or any sport. Listen, you just suck it up, Buttercup. You're in pain, just suck it up and keep going. Now we have to have, of course, all of the specialists and all the pampering. But let's continue. You got a nice place here. If they wind up winning the solid gold medal in track and field day, they could put that in there. Nice leather. This is kind of stupid. This whole area is gloss black, and all they could put in this area was to open the power shade for the sunroof, for the panoramic sunroof. That to me is a huge zonk. This is a waste of space. USB-C, USB-A, 12 volt, home power source. We're not done yet. Open that. You got your jumbo cup holders for your Slurpees. The two-tone with that green. I'm sitting here, I feel like a king. Love the leather on the oak crap handle, the AC vents, the speakers everywhere. There's a little 4-inch touchscreen to operate your massage seats and everything, full color. 2 more cup holders, more of that wood, the leather. Open this up, you got plenty of felt lining in here. You could easily put, I would say, probably about 27 Uncrustables. So check this out. If your kids don't like peanut butter and jelly, tell them you're gonna eat it, because peanut butter and jelly is what won the war, World War II, for the Allies. True story. And I remember my dad used to tell me, eat it or don't eat anything. Now today it's all about pampering, right? You got 5 kids, they all want 5 different things. Wasn't like that when I was growing up. But like I said, that nice leather, and then guess what? This is spoiling the people, the passengers. Let's get into that third row and see if they're gonna feel spoiled just the same. All right, guys, third row time, and trust me, this is as good as it's gonna get. Unless you're on a school bus or a public bus like a Greyhound, this is as good as it's gonna get sitting in the back, because you got plenty of space here. I'm 6 feet tall. I've been 6 feet tall this whole video. I have not grown more, and I have not shrunk. And I have plenty of room back here, not even close to the headliner. And then check this out, the third row, power reclining rear seat. I got a USB-A on both sides, a place for a couple big bites from 7-Eleven, and you're getting the same great leather interior. Sometimes they do vinyl on the third row, not in a Lincoln Navigator Black Label. But why don't we go ahead, let's get to the cargo, because I want to take you for a spin in this luxury SUV. All right, guys, cargo area time. Now, if you're hauling around the football team, you're definitely going to want to go L with that extra length. And remember, there is an extended length version of the Escalade as well. It's called the ESV. Now, with the third row up, it's 36 cubic feet of space. There's some SUVs that we review on Rainey's Rides that doesn't even have that with the third row up. Even just alone, you have to fold down the seats to get 36 cubic feet. What I do like is that they give you a little bit of a nook here. This is where you're going to be able to put at least 10 of your Twinkies for the family road trip, and then you got full power assist on lowering the seats. One touch operation. We're doing the right side, we're doing the left side. It's a 60-40 split, and that lowers down nice and flat. And then of course you could lower down the seats for the mid row. The only challenge is that you have that very high center console area. But once you fold down the mid row, you're looking at 120 cubic feet of space. That's ginormous. You can see where you have a USB-A on both sides for the third row passengers. That's what I was trying to point out when we were back there. But why don't we go ahead? If you're ready, I'm ready. It has a V6 twin turbo. Let's go find out how it drives. All right, guys, we left Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. We're in this 2025 Lincoln Navigator Black Label, and right away, you're just wrapped in this level of luxury, which in the past would be unheard of. Visibility is fantastic. You got a 12-inch head-up display. Getting to the over 13-inch infotainment system is well within reach. And I like all the fine, intricate woodwork in here. The reason why is it's just a nice open pore wood. They didn't put any kind of veneer tacky finish on it or anything like that. But having the nice large digital gauge cluster, 12.3 inch, you have your different modes, which is awesome. And then of course, you're gonna have plenty of power, where if you need to pass people, you're able to do that very, very quickly, very efficiently. But I wanna go and take you for a little longer drive because there's just so much to this Navigator. The MagneRide suspension, the 30-way adjustable seating. I mean, that in itself is just ridiculous to have 30-way adjustable seats. And then of course you're gonna have all your safety features. Blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, all of those different functions to allow you and your passengers to be nice and safe. When it comes to the seat controls, I could bring them up by touching the controls on the door, and then you can go full touchscreen with what you want to do, especially with the massage settings that they have. Right now I'm in Excite mode, but we'll put it into the different modes as well, and each mode is very, very distinctive. It's crazy how well this Navigator handles. It handles super duper well, even for its larger size, which is really, really nice. Like I said, the only thing bigger is gonna be that bus next to us when it comes to hauling your passengers around. But let's do a little bit of on throttle, especially from a dead stop, in Excite mode, which is gonna be the sport mode, of course. On throttle, here we go. Nice. Very quick shifts from the 10-speed automatic. And it's interesting because you're getting some sound pumped in, mixed in with the EcoBoost sound underneath the hood, and it actually sounds pretty decent. Is it as great as the Escalade? No. The V8 in the Escalade, even though it's down on horsepower and torque, it just has a linear torque delivery, and it just has that V8 sound, real deal sound. But let's see how this Navigator handles, especially if you're late to the football game and you need to get the team there or they forfeit. Actually quite composed for being a larger vehicle. Super smooth though. Not a lot of road noise, not a lot of wind noise. Just feels really, really good for the type of vehicle that it is. And then of course, you change your modes. So we can go from Excite mode straight down to Conserve if you're trying to be a little eco-friendly. Normal, which is going to be like it says. I like the way it gives you a little description, effortless and balanced. So we'll stick in normal. And what that's going to do is it's going to adjust the steering sensitivity, throttle sensitivity, and how the engine and the transmission behave with one another. But just the level of comfort that they are bringing inside this Navigator, it shows that they have been playing the game the longest. They know exactly how to do it when it comes to pampering the people inside the Navigator. But besides normal, of course, you have normal 4x4. So in case things, you need that 4x4, slippery, deep conditions. What does it say? Deep conditions. So that means heavy snow or mud, if you're wondering what deep conditions are. And then you have a slow climb. I think I said before it was a snow climb. I guess if you're climbing snow, you want to go slow. So there you go. And that all rhymes. Because I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. But let's go back to Excite. And we're going to go on throttle from a roll. Here we go. Look at that. Like I said, just, it's nuts how this vehicle drives, even though it weighs so much, but yet it's light on its feet. And that's what I think you're gonna like about the Navigator. If you've never driven a full-size SUV like this, it really makes it very easy and effortless to operate. But we're gonna go on throttle one more time from a dead stop. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Little bit of lag, waiting for the turbos to spool up, but once they are on full song, you are good to go. And like I said, you have the paddles behind the wheel that you can shift up and down that 10-speed automatic, which remember, the Cadillac Escalade also has a 10-speed automatic as well. But getting out onto the highway, very smooth, very comfortable. Gonna make a U-turn up here. On the brakes. Just very, very composed. If you notice, when you go on the brakes, the nose doesn't dive down. There's not a ton of body roll, even though we have a higher center of gravity. And it just keeps all four corners of the vehicle, even with the longer version, just keeps it very composed. Another thing that I gotta applaud is how well the ventilated seats work. Not all vehicles that have ventilated seats work the same. These provide such a cool Arctic blast that it really shows that it works well. Sometimes I'm in some vehicles and it almost feels like the heat seater's on when you have the ventilated seats on, just because they don't blow very cold. It just warms up the seat. It's really weird. But the Navigator, you don't have to worry about that. Love the visibility out that nicely smooth flowing hood. And then here we go. We're gonna make a U-turn, show you how easy that is. Look at this. One hand, piece of cake. And then going down the highway, just super smooth. You get your massage going. It really is one of those vehicles where you're gonna arrive as fresh as a daisy because of how pampered you are. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall review of the Lincoln Black Label, the Navigator Black Label. We're gonna get back to Jaguar Land Rover St. Pete and wrap this one up. So I will see you in a split second. All right, guys, been another great day here at Jaguar Land Rover St. Petersburg. Definitely gotta thank Miro and the rest of the team getting us access to this Lincoln Navigator Black Label L. Let me know what you think. How do you wanna have your luxury? Do you wanna go OG with the Navigator, or do you want to go for second when it comes to OGs, which is the Escalade? That came out in 1999. Let me know what luxury you like better. Put it in the comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rise family. Of course, we need to give it up, Stephen Flood Photography. Thank you, Stephen, for your hard work. And just like always, I'll see you on the next ride.